it's Di here from Di's Den, and welcome to the last video for July 2023. This week I'm going to do a card called a wave card. Now this was my prototype. My poor butterfly wings have got a bit squashed just there, but it opens up like this. Now I did this one and it doesn't quite sit open flat, but it is a beautiful card. Then I did this one and I don't know, I muffed this one up pretty badly. So then I did a belly band for this one. I didn't do one for this one, but I can only fit 7 of these steps in here, so my card doesn't even sit straight. So, but I was happy with the result. I mean, it's still a beautiful card and I'll still be able to use it, but it's not how it should be. So I've redone it and I will show you what you need. Okay, I've done a lot of stuff because there's a lot of repetition. So I'm going to use the Rhino Ready. I'm using this Rhino for the front and these two for the inside. I'm using It's a Great Day, which I've stamped already on the front of my thing for my belly band, and I've stamped the grass and put in front of this rhino here. The other rhinos I've just cut out 4 of each of these so that I've got 8 to go on my things. And for the inside I've got Hope Your Birthday is Wild. So that's what we're using. Now I've done all the stamping. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of card for our main card, which is 11 3/4 by 4 1/8. And then you're going to need 3 pieces for 1 for the outside and 2 for the inside. Layer 1, which is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, and the DSP layer is 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. Now I used the set called I can't think what it's called. Here we go. Let me get it. It's called Delightfully Eclectic. So, and there's 48 sheets in this pack, and there's this huge variety for both men and women, which is what I like. So I'm just using the black and white for this card because I just wanted to do it, you know, pretty plain with the rhinos on it. So I've already stuck 2 of those together like that. Then you'll need 8 pieces of card that measure 1 inch by 10 inches. Oops, that pack fell on the floor. And then 1 piece for your belly band, which measures 1 inch by I've got 11 3/4 inches, but if you're using American size paper, letter paper, 11 inches is fine. So that's what we're going to need. So we're going to score our main piece of card, and it's really hard to see because it's black, sorry, and you can see that I've already scored it at 5 7/8, 5 7/8. And then we're going to score our wave pieces of mechanisms, and you'll have 8 of these, and you're going to score them all at 4, 8, 8 3/4 and 9 1/2. Now I've done the others because I don't think you need to see me sit here and score and everything of all them over and over again. So let's pop them out of the way, and we will show you how this mechanism goes together. So you're going to do this with all 8 of these. So you've scored it at 4, 8, 8 3/4 and 9 1/2. So we're going to start at the 9 1/2 score line, and we're going to do that as a mountain fold. The next fold is a valley, then a mountain, and then we're going to fold that last fold over here as a mountain fold. Now we don't want to burnish these because we want them to be a little bit springy. So we're going to just fold them by hand, and then we are going to glue them along that tab bit there. Ooh, get on there, glue, and bring that tab up and glue that together like so. And that is our wave mechanism. And so we're going to have 8 of those. So let's pop them on one side for a minute. We'll bring in our main card, and we're going to fold and burnish our main card. And we're going to pop our layers on for our main card. So these are 3 of them, and they are 5 5/8 by 3 7/8 and 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. Now I know my card is going to be very dark looking, but I just thought it was a nice card, and it would be a nice card for a man's. So we can prove that doing this for a man is just as easy and nice as it is for doing it for a lady's card or a children's card. It might be really nice with that new fishing set in the men's for the men's card, but I don't have that set. So I'm going to pop these in. This is good because of this card. I don't need to worry about direction because the paper is non-directional. Let's pop this one down this way. So that makes it very easy. If you've got directional paper, you do need to make sure that you've got your directions the same way on the inside. So if you're putting your card together and you have a directional paper, you need to have these two pieces going exactly the same way so that when it opens up, it's open. Alright, so we've got a saying to go here. Now this piece of card, I measured it to be 3 1/4 by 2 1/4, which I'm just going to stick right just there like so. Again, this can be any size you like. There is no right or wrong on that. It's just that's the size I'm using, and I just thought it was the perfect size for that. And I've stuck that on the wrong end. Would you believe that? Ah, dearie me. Trust me. Thank goodness this glue here dries very dry without anything showing. If it does show, I will have to clean it up after. So let's make sure we put that on the correct end. As you can see, that glue is actually going away now. There's not much there. I have got a glue rubber, so I will use that on it later on. Okay, so we've got our pieces here, and I've actually marked all of these pieces. You can see I've got little marks on the tops of them. I marked them just for my benefit. Excuse me. So we're going to start by popping one of these in here, and we're going to pop it in so that it's level with this score line here and level with just below the score line in the middle. So we don't want it to go over that score line at all. And we're going to glue this one down flat. Now we need to make sure that this join here and this V is at the front of the card. So we're going to glue that one down nice and flat over here. So I'm going to draw just inside that line, but that's where it's going to go. And once we're happy with that, we can just squish that one down nice and tight, making sure that we haven't gone past that top score line. Now I'm going to do the other one on the other side here to match it, and I'm going to score that, making sure this time that my join is at the top. So I'm going to pop my glue on here, and I'm gluing that one all the way down, and I'm going to do that the same. That's going to be close to that line and there like so, and that one's down tight as well. So we've got our two pieces here. So I've measured 5 5/8 of an inch in from this edge to put the next one on. So that is where I'm going to put my glue. I'm going to put my glue in here on that left hand side part and lay this one on top of this one, making sure that it's even down the side here, and pop it on. So as that opens, it will open like so. But we're going to do this slowly because we need to be able to get them all on here. So we're going to do the next one exactly the same, the 5 5/8 mark. Now you don't have to mark these, that's fine if you don't want to, and I'm going to just, as I go, I'm just going to remove those marks, those pencil marks as I go. There we go. Okay, so again, I'm going to pop this one in here. Now once I've got about halfway, which I have now, because I've got, you'll see whether or not you're going to be lining up. Okay. So, yep, it's all lining up nicely. Remove those marks as we're going. There we go. I put some of these marks on the wrong side to start off with, would you believe? I can't believe I did that. Oh, excuse me, I've got a bit of a tickly throat today. Okay, again, the next one, down here. Making sure that we're not coming away from that top score line too much, because we don't want it to. And as you can see, it's starting to get bulky. Alright, so we've got 2 more to go. And then 1 more there. While we're just waiting for that one to dry a little bit, I'll remove the rest of these pencil marks so we can't see them. There we go. Alright, then we're going to do exactly the same on this last one. We're going to pop glue down that side, that 5/8 of an inch side. Oops, I went a bit over there. As you can see, that's drying nicely over there. And then we're going to bring the card over and just pop it down. Then when we bring it open, when we wait for it to dry, and then we bring it open. Now let me put the pin in my glue for a second. Okay, so we're going to make sure that that's nice and dry. And as you can see, it will, once it's dry, I'm going to let it dry. It is quite a funny day here today. So we're going to let that dry just a smidgen. Like so. We'll leave that close for a second, and when I'll bring in my look, I'm moving them out of the way, my rhinos. Now I did 4 of each of these, so I'm going to pop them in order like this so we can see. I'm going to pop them there and there, so that when we open our card, as you can see, it lays flat now, which is fantastic. So we're going to start by putting our rhinos onto our pieces here. Now we want something that's going onto these that doesn't stick out the side here. Alright, so if it sticks out the side, we're in trouble. So let's just pop that there and make out we've popped that on. You can see that that's just popping out the side. We don't want it to pop out the side, so we want it to stay inside the card lines. So, and we're only gluing on this top tab here. So I'm going to get my glue again, and I'm just going to pop some glue on that top tab there, and I'm going to glue, make sure I've only got one of my rhinos just there, making sure that we don't go below that score line. If you do, he's going to bend, and we want to make sure that he's not sticking out. And he is, so we're going to move him over just a tinsy-wincy bit so that he's not sticking out the side of the card. Okay, so there we go. He's not sticking out the side of the card, which is what we want. As we go along, it doesn't matter, because the next one, unless you've got something really big, it's not going to stick out the side. So I'm going to go with the next rhino. And I'm going to pop him on here. And then I'm going to go back to the first one, and I'm going to pop that one on the next top piece. Like so. And then back to the other rhino, and pop him on that one. Again, all the way along, making sure that I don't go over that score line in the middle there. If I go over that score line, my image is actually going to bend there, and we don't want it to bend. So we are actually not going over the image at all. Not going over the bend at all, I mean. Okay. When we get to this one, it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to put something on that one, because it is not going to be seen real easy when it's laying down like so. So I'm actually going to not put one on that piece there. I'm just going to put him over here on this side here, so that covers that blurb that I made. I'm good at blurping. Never mind. I prove to you that I'm just as human as everybody else, and I make mistakes. So I'm going to pop that one over there like so. Okay, so I've got 7 items on there, and he does sit up and lay down really nicely flat, well, almost flat. There we go. It will go flat. Excuse me. I don't want to push it too much at the moment because of the fact that it is still a bit damp. So that's our card. You can see how bulky it is. So we're going to pop our band around it. Now our belly band has to come around nice and neatly. We don't want it to be tight, because if we make it tight we're not going to get it off. And it's going to be one that is actually going to come off over the top of the card. So I'm going to actually trim that down a little bit, because I don't need quite that much. So that goes to prove that you don't actually need the full 11 3/4 inches. I'll just put a bit of glue onto that piece, like there. Bring that one across, making sure it lines up nicely. As I say, I don't want my band to be tight, because it's going to have to come off over the top, because it won't go down over this bulkiness here. So we bring that on there like so, and I like the way it sits there nicely, and you can see that. So I'm going to pop this on here. I'm going to pop them up on some dimensionals. So I'm going to pop them through the middle here, like so. Oops, does help if you take the other end off, doesn't it? And pop them onto there like that. Now I don't think I've got any gems here at all, so no, I haven't, so I can't put anything on this to finish it off. But I will put a few gems on there, and you will see that when you see the what do you call it, the photos at the end. So that's my card. Now I can pull that off, because you can see that's my lovely band. My card opens up, and how gorgeous is that with all those rhinos in there? I think that's absolutely gorgeous, don't you? Oh look. Yeah, and being black and that, it does really look nice. Black and white and the grey. I'm really happy with that. So that's my version of the wave card. This was my other one. I did this with 7, as I didn't space them out properly here, and it won't lay down flat at all. And it is a pretty card, I must admit, and I do love these flowers from the I can't remember what it's called now, the set that I did these from. It's a standalone die set called, I can't remember what it's called exactly, something floral dye, florist dyes. So, and I just think that's gorgeous, love it, but it does look better with the 8 in there. That's my original one, so yep, happy with that. I hope you are. If you would like the written tutorial for this project, please head over to Di's Den for stamping, crafting and tutorials. You'll find the link down below here. If you would like the written, that's for the written tutorial. If you would like to give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment. I do answer all my comments, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.